Former British Prime Minister Sir Winston Churchill first coined the phrase the special relationship to describe Anglo-American relations back in 1946, and it's been a much cherished notion here ever since. But it hasn't offered Britain immunity from insult when it comes to the U.S. administration of Donald J. Trump. So, let us count the ways. No-go zones. Even before Mr. Trump became President Trump, he was ruffling feathers on this side of the pond. In 2015, he claimed there were radicalized no-go zones that the British police were afraid to enter. And then when he was in office, he falsely blamed a rise in UK crime on what he called radical Islamic terror. London's Mayor Sadiq Khan. He's been targeted more than once by the U.S. president. The tweets that really offended were the ones that came right in the midst of the London Bridge attack. First, Trump used it to justify his call for a travel ban on 6 Muslim-majority countries. Then he called the London mayor pathetic and took his comments urging Londoners to remain calm out of context. Backing the far right. In November, Donald Trump retweeted a series of anti-Muslim videos posted by an extreme right fringe group called Britain First. And even though anxious to reach a post-Brexit trade deal with Trump, the British Prime Minister Theresa May felt compelled to intervene, telling Trump it was wrong to give voice to hateful narratives.
It was the wrong thing to do.
Remember when Donald Trump accused Barack Obama of wiretapping Trump Tower? And then his spokesman pushed the envelope even further by repeating some media reports that British intelligence had helped him do it. Britain's James Bond agencies were not amused. In fact, GCHQ, the surveillance agency, actually issued a rare statement calling the allegations utterly ridiculous. Last but not least, the National Health Service. If there's one thing you really don't want to mess with in Britain, it is the NHS. It's right up there with the monarchy and football when it comes to British values. The Brits even celebrated the NHS in the opening ceremonies at the London Olympics in 2012. Earlier this year, Trump sent out a tweet decrying universal health care, implying Brits were marching against it. Wrong, tweeted back the British Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn. People marched because we love our NHS. Healthcare is a human right. And that is just a small taste of some of the clouds on the horizon ahead of the Trump visit. Margaret Evans, CBC News, London.
So what comes next? Trump's to-do list is a bit busy. Friday, he will hold talks with Theresa May at Chequers, the Prime Minister's country retreat. After a press conference, it's off to Windsor Castle to meet the Queen. Then he will fly to Scotland to stay at one of his golf courses. On Sunday, he leaves for Helsinki for next week's meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin.